out that you didn't have already,
it goes
will like make this sound that's like do 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 do, and it's like you have got it in your collections now.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
you can get hooked on the dopamine
Yeah.
of the sound pretty hard.
Yeah.
It can.
We got Zepla talking about Burnout in Final Fantasy 14. I guess I'm gonna have to move my camera because I'm blocking her, aren't I? Hold on, let me move. Where should I go? Should I go on the top?
But the issue of people feeling sort of burnout, feeling a little bit restless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw these posts. Burnout / restlessness. I beat 6.0 months ago. I haven't had the urge to come back. I feel like I beat the game. I've been playing.
Yes. Did anyone else get that? Did anybody else get that? You finish Endwalker and it feels like you beat the game. I couldn't have summed that up better, actually. I had the biggest burnout after finishing the MSQ. I think I hard quit for 2 months. I don't even think did I even log in? I was playing like Lost Ark, Elden Ring. I literally played anything but Final Fantasy for about 2 months. I burnt out hard after Endwalker because it concludes the main story. In the story, yeah, it did feel weird ending the main story arc. Yeah, I couldn't. I got a bit of like sadness that I couldn't even look at the story characters anymore. I was like, oh, I don't want to look at them.
I think right now, like this particular sentiment about feeling like you beat the game, I think that makes a lot of sense with the nature of how Endwalker was. Like it was designed to feel like fairly final and to feel like the satisfying conclusion to the saga that had started with 1.0.
Would you say it was a satisfying conclusion? I was sad. I was depressed. I was not a happy bunny. It was a good story. Sad and satisfied, not mutually exclusive. Maybe you're right. Yeah, that's very true, Farrell. Taking breaks is very okay in this game. Yeah, I took 2 months off, just walked straight back in like it was chill. Bittersweet, yeah.
Right now, probably that feeling is stronger than maybe any other time because we don't really know anything about this new adventure that we're going on. We don't know where we're going. We don't know who's going to be involved. Like
6.1 doesn't exist, Lappin.
Almost nothing to go on. In 6.1, the story experience, like I'm not going to be spoilery, don't worry.
Thanks.
But
Thanks,
we
Zepla.
had a dungeon that was just sort of like a carefree, felt like a rest time. It was more or less carefree. We learned a little bit about one of the major characters from Endwalker, which could potentially set something up, but it felt like a...
Did we?
It felt like a time of rest, almost.
I have no memory of 6.1.
Time of starting to build towards the rising action again.
But no memory of
6.1.
6.1.
Back, and it will probably take some time for the momentum to build again in terms of the story. That's just natural. Anytime you start a TV show or start the beginning of a book or a movie even, a lot of times it will take a little while to like get.
How are they gonna match it? Like how are they gonna hype it back up? I don't even know. I don't even know if they can. How are they gonna get back to the Endwalker levels, Shadowbringer levels? I think the only way they get back to Shadowbringer / Endwalker hype, we go to the 13th. I think that's the only way they match the energy.
Get that momentum going again once we know where we're going and what are
Yeah,
the
new
stakes. Why should I care? I think a lot of people are like, why should I feel emotionally invested on what's happening next?
What are you talking about?
Right?
Like Charlie
yeah.
music.
Steppa said, I did feel very lost in not knowing what to do next when I finished the main story quests. You just gotta let yourself rest and digest everything that just happened. Yeah, absolutely. I do think that the time of rest was
Don't log back in.
needed. The story is such a large component of people feeling that the game's finished is pretty normal, I think.
Yeah.
It's also normal for people to take a break between major content patches.
Which is good.
This is something that has always been this way in Final Fantasy 14. And
Breaks
I think
are
that there might be a lot of new players who join the game in near the end of Shadowbringers.
Hey, that's
in
us,
this, like,
chat.
massive wave that we got.
That's me.
Where things were just like hype.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the expansion, and there's so many people that just joined the game, and then we have the expansion, and then we have all the Savage, and then we have all the Ultimate, and it was like hype nonstop, right? It was like a lot of hype for a long
It was
time.
great.
And
it was
now,
great.
I think a lot of those players are starting to experience what the patch cycle actually normally
now we're just sad.
like, which is there's usually a period of time between the major patches as you get closer to the next major content patch.
The hype was good though.
Where people are just kind of like chilling out and doing more relaxed stuff, and there's nothing super major or hype going on, and that might be like, I think that might be really jarring for people that didn't expect it.
Nice.
And that aren't used to it. Like if they finished the story already too.
That's true. I was good though.
2 years of climax. Yeah, but I mean, I have been around for quite a while at this point.
How long has Zepla been playing Final Fantasy?
And
Heaven's Sword, there you go.
I have always watched it do
many years.
It's always been like, you know, here comes the expansion, and there's like this huge, massive, lots of players coming, and then there's a little bit of fall, and then there's the first major content patch, and then there's a fall, and then there's the next major content patch. But a lot of people do unsub after they finished all the stuff in the first major content patch. They're like, okay, well, they unsub, and then they wait until the next major content patch, and that's when everybody comes back.
Imagine being able to unsub.
That's normal, but like I said,
but a house can't.
I think it's even more normal in FF14 than in other MMOs too, because more than any other MMO, Final Fantasy 14 actually encourages that.
Yes.
And feeds into that. And the
yes. Hold on, don't you have to log in to your house to like? Oh, every other month. Yeah, I'd forget. Yeah, I'd definitely forget. I think the way every 45 days. I'm wrong. I definitely forget. I think the way Final Fantasy handles the breaks is 1,000 times better than WoW. Man, like, I don't know if we got any WoW fans in the any WoW boys in chat, but if you, I shit you not, if you take, let's say you unsub for 2 months right now, right? Let's say you're playing WoW 3 months. Let's say there's a patch in WoW 4 months away. If you unsub today for a month, and then a month later, you resub and you're like, yeah, I had a little break. Let's get back into WoW. You are boned. There's always like some system that you need to chip away at every single day, and you're measured against everyone else. Imagine if you had like materia. Your materia went up 1% a day, but you got to log in to get that percent. And then you don't play for a month and you try and get into a Savage. That's like what WoW feels like. You take your foot off the gas for like a week, you're behind. Take it off for a month, and you're just out the loop. Whereas in Final Fantasy, you can literally just not play. You can just not play, come back, and it's all good. Oh yeah.
Content is almost designed such that you're able to do that with almost no consequences.
Yeah.
At all.
Unless you're a Savage
not
Raider,
like,
there's nothing really.
Like earlier, we were talking about Elder Scrolls Online. They have a daily login bonus, just like in a mobile game, where like every day you log in, you're gonna get something. We don't even have that. In World of Warcraft, obviously, there's like weekly quests, there's daily quests that will give you a ton
Renown
of
system, Covenant system.
Some of that reputation is extremely important for
reputation system.
But in 14, like, there's so
Legion
many
artifact
things
gear
that you can do, that you can just do it and be done with it. Like, you can get your bis and you're done.
Yeah.
You can, even now with the PvP that they added, I actually thought with PvP that it would be like,
there's no gear.
This is going to be something that people are going to be doing all the time up until the next major content patch. But I saw, and I complained about this in the beginning, how quickly everybody was able to get all of the rewards from PvP. Actually.
Yeah.
It was only a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Really, really, really fast. How long until Series 2?
I'm talking about Crystalline Conflict mainly. I finished all of this so fast.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing people with the Archfiend attire like week 1.
Yeah.
And
Lapping.
Getting like using wolf marks and using the trophy crystals to buy pretty much everything. That's why I have consistently been like, well, there needs to be other rewards in the game, like maybe for PvP or other content that costs a lot more.
Patch 6.2 for season 2, August, September. Rip. Needs more than one row. Yeah. Yeah. 3 reasons they bust Black Mage. They're all Yoshi P. Yeah. People got to Crystal and stop playing. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Krim. Yeah. Yeah.
See that people who would like to play throughout that, you know, the lulls, who would like to just keep on hanging out. Maybe it doesn't have to be super high stakes, but something to like keep on going and going towards. So yeah, Dubhoon, you said I finished it in a week and a half. Yeah, exactly. I think that's about how long it took me too. And now I've got my crystal rank in PvP. The rank does not degrade, so I don't even have to worry about my rank going away.
We fought with Zepla.
A lot of people have reached, like, they've even got the rank that they wanted. They got diamond,
I think I lost.
crystal, and they feel happy with that. And they're like, well, okay, I got all the rewards I wanted from PvP. I got my rank that I wanted, so I will get my reward for getting crystal. And I finished Savage. I got my bis, and it's something that they do over and over and over again with different kinds of content that they release.
What rewards would you like to see in PvP? Like, what would you like to see in PvP? I've got a really controversial opinion, and I don't think anybody agrees with me, so I'm not going to say my piece. I like the WoW PvP system. Call me a knob. I really like it. What would you guys like to see in PvP? 2 seasons in 1 series. Yeah. Give a real cash prize. Wow. Hat I can wear. Yeah. Imagine getting a cash prize. They should give the number 1. Actually, would that cause cheating? Would that cause like more cheaters? There's a real cash prize for getting number 1 on your server.
This is something that they always do.
Maybe.
The Garrow stuff. Yeah, I actually got a Garrow mount as well. I got all of the Garrow outfits that I wanted too. That's why earlier
that is one of the
today,
coolest outfits though.
I want Fallout 14 to add more things that you can collect, because collecting for me
is timeless.
Is a very fun, casual activity that I can do a lot of in World of Warcraft. That was something that,
you know, one of the best things WoW added, and no one hardly agrees except collectibles. They added like pages for everything. So like, how can I describe it? They added like a toy box. So every single toy in the game, you get it and you put it in your toy box. And you can go in and see how complete your toy box is. Every single outfit in the game goes into the transmog system. So you can go in and you can see how many trousers in the game you own and where you need trousers from to complete that set. It's really cool to have like completionism content, I think. They added like, kind of like how you've got the mount and minion system and you can see the ones you haven't got. I think completionism content is really important.
I enjoyed doing in that game was collecting.
Yeah.
Because the collections interface is very easy to use.
Yep.
It shows you on it what minions and mounts that you're missing, where they come from, and you can just do that all the time.
The end game's just shit though, and the developers are evil.
More collectible, so that's why I thought adventure plates is a great thing.
Yeah,
where you'll be able to eventually, at some point, collect more different frames and stuff. But
that's cool.
Having more stuff to collect would be really, really good. Actually, one thing that Elder Scrolls Online has that's really nice that I would love to see in this game, we're probably not gonna get it, but they have personalities that you can collect for your character.
Do they?
If you unlock, say, the assassin personality for your character, then their idle pose will change. And instead of just standing there like that, they'll be like, have a dagger out, and they'll like flip the dagger as their idle pose.
Cool.
And they're like other animations will change a little bit
really
to
cool.
match this new personality. I thought that's so cool. And
That's
that would be
really
amazing
cool.
to have something like that in Fallout 14 that you could maybe unlock through different quest chains, different content.
That sounds so good.
That's not something that requires inventory space.
Animations
I know
as well.
that's a huge problem. Glamour is such a fun thing to collect.
Look. Don't talk about Final Fantasy glamour, guys. Come on, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't talk about the glamour box. Don't talk about the glamour dresser. Don't. Just move on.
A fun thing that you can do in a casual way in between major content patches where there's not that much to do.
Don't talk about the glamour box.
Like, it sucks that I have to throw out or just not keep a lot of glamour
Twitching.
items because I don't want to keep them in my inventory.
Yep.
But if they were just automatically learned, then I would spend time going to every single dungeon, every single raid, making sure that I learn all of the item, all of the armor. Just having the completionism can be a fun endeavor all by itself.
Yes.
And
right. Okay. The system sucks. Oh yeah. No. The glam in Final Fantasy is 100 times better than any other game I've played. I've played ESO. I've played BDO. WoW. Guild Wars 2 for like a week. I've seen it. You know, every single system I've seen has a better glamour system. But Final Fantasy has the best glamour. Like, they have the best and coolest outfits, but the worst way of handling them. Like let's say you're playing a warrior, or let's say you're playing like, I don't know. Yeah, let's say you're playing a warrior, right? If you're playing a warrior in WoW, or ESO, or something like that, or Guild Wars, and you've got like, there's 100 swords in the game. There's probably like 500, but let's say there's 100 swords in the game. And it's like, I want to make a glam. If I was to log into my account on WoW, I go onto my warrior, I've got like 80 out of 100 of those swords in my, you know, transmog system, because I've found them at one point and picked them up, and now they're owned by my character. So at any point, I can switch to any of those 80 swords. I'll go and grind the 81 sword every week and try and get it. I'll grind the 82 sword every week until I've got them all. And then when you want to make a glam, you can pick any sword in the game that you've got. So when it comes to making an outfit, you have like 5,000 items to choose from, which makes a million possibilities. And it's just so liberating, which I know people say spaghetti code, but imagine if they had it in this game. It would be so good. It'd be so good. Like, I want to go and farm. There's 2 outfits I really want in Final Fantasy, and they're from dungeons, and I want to go and farm them, but my glamour dress is full, and I don't just want to put them on a retainer, so I just haven't bothered farming them. I've thrown out so much class gear because my dress is just full. Be way more incentive to grind out content. 100%. I would go through every single dungeon and grind. Let's say I'm playing Astrologian. And there's like 70 Astro globes in the game. I will grind out every dungeon and get every single globe until it says 70 out of 70, 100% complete on Astrologian globes. I'll do it because it's fun, and it's, you know, it gives you those little endorphins. Yeah. But if you do that in this game now, it's like a third of your glamour dress are full.
that's not something you're really able to do. It's just genuinely satisfying when you
got
pick up
20k
something
wolf
that
marks,
you
but
didn't
no
have
room in your
before.
dresser for
Like,
the gear.
I
Yeah.
know Asmund,
Retainers.
when he
Yeah.
was playing WoW, I don't know if he still uses it. I'm sure he does. I saw him using an add-on called All the Things in WoW. It's so cool, where like it tracks everything that you have, and if you pick up an item or amount that you didn't have already, it goes will like make a sound that's like doo doo doo, and it's like you have got it in your collections now. Yeah. And it's like you can get hooked on the dopamine of the sound pretty hard. Yeah. It can make like even picking up a crappy green quality bracer exciting, because you're like you hear the sound and you're like doo doo doo, wow. Okay, and then you just throw it away. Added to my collections.
You get a sword, add to your collection, and just sell it.
It's like a crow brain mentality. That's one thing. That's
how many
really
Reaper sites are in the
only
game,
thing
Val?
that I would say I truly miss about World of Warcraft, actually.
Yeah,
is
I'm
the
with you there.
system. I thought it was a really good collecting game. It's a good collecting game. MMO, we can, I don't know, but I'm not so sure. But as for the collecting game, they got it together.
That was a really good video. Such a big Zepla fan, you know. Such a fanboy. Zepla was one of the reasons I got into Final Fantasy. I think Zepla's a lot of reasons people got into Final Fantasy. It was just so prominent in the space. Her videos were like just so outsider friendly because she had that outsider perspective. You're a Lalafell again? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You're a Lalafell again.